The reason you would rather Bitcoin rather than the US dollar is that it's a limited number. So there's a maximum number of Bitcoins, which is 21 million. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, with the US dollar, the US government can just print more money all the time. So lots of people would prefer to have a Bitcoin, because it's a computer keeping score and there's a maximum number, than they would US dollars. But it's an opinion, okay? Not everybody agrees with that opinion. So in America, lots of people own Bitcoin, right? I think it's like 40% of Americans have bought some Bitcoin. But imagine you're in Venezuela and you've got the Venezuelan dollar, okay?
Yeah, sure.
And your government, right, really is out of control. Would you rather have Bitcoin or would you rather have Venezuelan dollars, right? Okay, so you go Mexico. Mexico's got its own issues. Would you rather have Mexican pesos or would you rather have Bitcoin? Yeah? So lately, the big increase, particularly in the last 6 months, has been in places like Mexico, where they're concerned about the country, they've lost trust in the government, they want something that they feel is secure and not in the government's control. So therefore, those people would prefer Bitcoin. Okay. Okay. Right now, the difficulty is banks don't want to lose control. So banks charge you every time you send money, as you know. Whereas you can send Bitcoin from there to there, or Ripple from there to there, super fast, and the banks, right? Okay. So the banks try and reduce the number of people that are investing into Bitcoin. And the way they do that is if somebody's transferring their cash to a Bitcoin or to a crypto exchange, some banks even block it, right? So there's this little bit of a war going on. It's faster to send Ripple, so lots of banks are now actually using Ripple themselves, right? So not allowing people to use it, but using it themselves, because it's super fast to send a transaction from one place to another. If I want to send money to Cullum by Swift, it can take a couple of days to get to Australia. Okay, if it's cryptocurrency, it's seconds. It's actually quicker for me to go and get the money out of the bank and get on a plane, well, if they'll let me, right, because of quarantine. But it's actually quicker to get on a plane and take the money to Cullum than it is to send it by Swift, which is nuts, right? So lots of people think ultimately that digital currencies, which are super fast, super effective, will be the norm.
Do you see it being, I suppose, like an internet currency where you pay, say, Amazon goods, or do you see it being widespread use across, borrowing, lending to different governments?
Yeah, so some people are lending on it as well now. So I think it will be, I mean, I don't think we'll have cash at some stage. Whether it's Bitcoin or something else, I think everything will be on your phone, right? Or you'll just have a card in your pocket that you just tap everything. I mean, that's become so much more popular over COVID this year as well. So people would rather use a touch card rather than carry cash. Companies would rather touch card than cash. So I just think we're just becoming a more digital society. It's logical, therefore you'll have digital currencies. If that does happen, I mean, Bitcoin went up to 12,000. I think it backed off a bit last night. It was 11,000 something. It could go to 20,000 by the end of the year. So,
what is like the causes of all these crazy fluctuations in the value of Bitcoin compared to the US dollar?
Because
there's no one thing to have a real solid answer on that.
Okay, so what happened in the early days was there's some people, they call them the whales, that have got large chunks of it. Yeah, so it's not distributed enough yet. You've got some people have got excess, if you like, Bitcoin. They've got a large amount. Okay, if they start selling, and then the price gets that fluctuation. People do trade it as well, so it's not become normal yet. I mean, it could be possibly, maybe make you a lot of money, possibly, perhaps. Yeah.
Sure.
Younger people tend to be more interested in it than older people. People in the IT industry that understand it tend to be more interested in it. We just feel as a company that ultimately there'll be digital currencies. Do I want to be able to give it to clients if they want it? Yes. So we have an app. It's available for people to use if they want to. Let's see what happens, right? Okay.
Yeah.
It was 4,000 at one stage this year. Okay, it's 12,000. You'd have made a lot of money if you bought 4,000, and now it's 12,000, right? They say it's going to be 20,000 by the end of the year. If it is, you're doubling your money. Okay, now you can imagine if it does hit 20,000 and people bought at 12, there's going to be lots of people going to sell, right?
Yeah, sure.
And then the price will come back down a little bit, and so it goes on. Let's see what happens. I mean, I just think it's something that's good to be interested in and good to have some knowledge about.